Welcome to Subramani. One of the important things we do with our money is to do some charity, right? Now, a lot of young people are also doing charity, and to do charity, of course, you need money. There is no doubt. Only people who have a surplus over and above their own requirements can think of charity. Otherwise, it is not going to be very easy to do charity. However, charity by younger people can be in other forms. For example, if you are a 22-year-old, 23-year-old, you may not have much money for doing charity, but there is one thing you can do. You can collect all your friends and do a blood donation for all your birthdays. I'm sure you meet for your birthdays, you go and buy a cake, you cut it. I'm not saying don't do it. Over and above that, you can donate your time by half an hour, 1 hour to go and do a blood donation. Imagine 20 friends, which means 20 blood donations is what happens on one day when somebody has a birthday, right? So maybe you do it 4 times in a year. That's what you're allowed to do. That is 80 bottles of blood. That's not small, right? That's your contribution. So you take the initiative tomorrow with your friends when you're 18, 19, 20, 22, 25, whenever. You can donate blood. That's not very difficult. Second, you can donate time. You have nothing to do, it's not possible. There is something which all of us can do. If you have been in an Indian environment, middle class person, a very good chance that you have gone to a good school and you have learned English, you have learned Hindi, you have learned Tamil, you've learned mathematics, right? You have learned these things. You can start teaching. You can teach online. People are required, volunteers are required. So when you're young, you don't have money to donate. You can donate your time, you can donate your blood, you can donate your skill, right? You can donate some skill that you have. You teach people whatever. Okay, you're 20, you don't want to teach that. You can teach older people how to use their smartphones, how to use YouTube, how to use any of those things, right? Simple skill. What comes to you intuitively does not come to a 65-year-old very intuitively. Can you go to a senior citizen home and teach? I'm sure all of us can do that. Can you go to your nearby municipal school and offer your services? I'm sure you can do that, right? So all those things, which is donating time, is something which we all can do, which we all must do, especially for those people who think, oh, I don't have any money. This idea is for them. Of course, people with money, I have other ideas of what you can do, but people without money can also start, because giving is a habit which is nice to have. Later on, when you have money, you can do cash charity, right? One more thing which you can start doing is giving away things that you are not using, right? You bought something, you didn't like it, or for whatever reasons you're not using it, so you can give that as a donation. Things which you have used gently, used wisely, used nicely, you can give that away. You can give away your books to younger students who can't afford it. Maybe you are in class 9, class 10, whatever. Take all your books to a local municipal school and check out whether those kids need it. All the kids may not need all the books, so go with your books, go without your books, find out. Suddenly you will get more involved in that school, right? You can start doing some volunteering services in that school. Adanis are running 6,000. The Adanis are running 6,000 schools, I believe, and you could go and ask the Adanis that you want to supervise a school near your house. They might just help you. You never know. Only when you go to a school, you realize what they want, what they need, what you can buy and give them, right? Some things lying in your house, the 6th clock, 7th clock in your 3 BHK is not going to be really useful. Give it away, right? So many Diwali gifts which I keep getting. I mean, keep getting the same thing. Some of them unfortunately carry my name, but other things can be given away. You get something new, give away your old stuff. At least start giving away those things. Start giving away to your own maid servant, your school bag, your books, your dresses, right? So that is how you start. That is how you learn. That to give you need to have, but right now you don't have money, but you have time, you have blood, you have things which you have used. And very importantly, start a drive in your colony, in your building, etc. I know 2 young kids who collected a lot of bicycles, right? Every building, I mean, I'm sure my colony with 500 flats has got at least 300 bicycles lying waste, just not being used. just pick it up, clean it, and donate it to some school in a village where those kids can use it. I know 2 kids who did it in Bombay. Right? Can you do it? It's a simple idea. You can do it. In fact, those kids went around asking for cycles, and the people who said, "Oh, I don't have a cycle," they said, "Uncle, can you give 500 rupees? We need to refurbish those cycles and transport it." And people gave, right? Lot of cycles were collected. People were happy that they were getting rid of the stuff that they had. Somebody volunteered to clean it up and put it in a truck and take it to that school, right? That's what happened. So some of these things you can do. You don't need to have money to be able to do charity. Of course, having money is useful because that the organization can use it in whatever way they want, but it does not stop you from doing this kind of charity of giving your time, your stuff, your blood and things like that, or organizing a drive to do this, right? If you're 20-year-old, there's no reason why you should not have those organizing skills. You can organize something, you can raise funds, you can say, okay, here is a garage sale, whatever you want to sell, or among your friends you say, okay, these are all things which we have, I wish to sell, like a private eBay, and you say, okay, if you want this, you have to give 100 rupees to this charity, 200 rupees to that charity. Get rid of the clutter in your head, get rid of the clutter in your cupboard, get rid of the clutter in your house. We all end up having things which we bought it very happily, but we are not using it. I mean, I donate all my points on my credit card simply because I know I will buy something with that which I don't really need. I'll go look at the catalog and buy something which I'll be very excited for exactly 10 minutes after it comes. It will not find a place in my life. So get rid of it. You have enough points to do charity, just do charity, right? So many ways how you can do charity. One of these, I mean, you can shop at the right place. I think there are enough websites, enough shops which will give away money to some of the poor people, or buying from a local vendor, buying without bargaining. That is also a way of giving money, right? We go and bargain for vegetables. Don't bargain, right? That's also a way of giving. Shop at places where they don't use plastic. That is your way of giving to the world, right? Get your employer to do something like, say, matching gifting. You go to an orphanage or go to any NGO and say, my employer will match up to 500 rupees whatever each employee gives, right? So go and then week of giving or whatever you want to call it, and say anybody who donates anything, the company will match it. When the company wants to give, this can also be a good way of doing charity. You can say, I will donate a part of my dividends. You can donate a part of your tax refund. Of course, tax refund itself shouldn't have happened. It's because you've overpaid. Or say, okay, 50% of my tax refund, I will give it to charity. That is the other possibility. Ask people for donations and collect it for somebody. Do volunteering. It's very difficult to raise money for some charity, but do that. It will be fantastic sales experience. Not everybody will get that experience. Go door to door, knock and say, this has happened. It is easier to raise money when some calamity has happened, right? So raise money, collect it properly, account it, and send it across to the persons who need it, right? Encourage, from blood donor, next step could be organ donor. Go and recruit people around your house for organ donation. Many of these things are possible for doing charity. Of course, for people who are older, people who are richer, there are other methods also. Just write a check, do a monthly 1000 rupees per month. And the other problem today is there are so many charities seeking our attention. Is it political? Do you want to give a political donation? Do you want to give to somebody like, say, a Jaipur Dialogues or a P Gurus? You agree with them, so you want to give them. That's not a donation. You're actually buying a lot of information from them. That is partly entertainment, partly making you understand how things were, how things should have been, right? You could give to, you're watching and suddenly you see one man saying, I was a colonel in the army, I was looking after the country, and now there are young girls and boys who need my attention, so I'm running an orphanage. Somebody who's running an orphanage to look after children born to prostitutes, right? So commercial workers, kids born in those houses which don't have, they don't even have a house, right? So those kids, you are pulled on all sides saying where should I donate, what should I donate to, right? It's very difficult, right? So then you decide, like I have decided there are only 2 or 3 charities to which I will help, because every day there is some conflict, should I give, should I not give. So I do give to somebody like say a Jaipur Dialogues, or I find some person who's chanted the Vedas very well, so I send some money to him. I do that, but largely my money goes to 2 or 3 charities. One is for education, one is for communication, it's called Sati Hath Badhana, and one is a Chennai based NGO which specializes in teaching English to kids in lower, I mean not very rich schools who can't afford their fees. So part of my money goes towards subsidizing that, right? So each person can choose. Unless you choose and focus and start giving, you will not know, then you will be torn. I mean, it's not that I'm going to give away a few crores, but whatever I'm giving, I can focus it and say, okay, I'll not spread myself too thin. What is the point in giving 2,200 people? It's better to say I will give 2 lakhs to 10 people, right? So 2 lakhs each to 10 people, something like that, rather than spreading yourself thin. So find out what suits you, find out what you are comfortable doing, find out what your friends want to do. If you have money, give money. If you don't have money, there's blood, there are used stuff, there is organizing, fundraising, all those things you can do. All those things help in a charitable cause. Thank you.